Well, happy hump day. It's Leza live on the radio, on the news, 103.5 FM, KYCA. So, did you guys enjoy the rain last night?
Loved it.
Oh my gosh. Did you hear that one huge thunderclap? Was there just one?
No, there was quite a few.
Okay, I only heard one.
You might have been sleeping.
Yeah, I might have slept through it. But it was loud, the one I heard.
Yeah, I saw the rain coming. I said, you know what? There's no need to watch TV or anything. I turned off the lights in the garage, opened the garage door up, sat there and just listened.
Yeah.
We had rain. We had
hail. Yeah.
We had grapple. You name it, we had it.
Yeah.
For sure over 3/4 of an inch.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
I love it.
And it poured in Williamson Valley. And talking with Blair, he got hammered too.
Nice.
He didn't get any hail, but he got a lot of rain.
I got hail too, and it was in the afternoon, the hail was. Yeah, very nice.
That was at night. We got it last night.
We got it yesterday afternoon, sitting on the deck like at 3:30.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was pretty impressive.
Home, so, yeah.
Well, and we might have received more last night, but like you said, I was probably sleeping. Hi, Matt Hinshaw.
Hi.
How was the storm in the new home?
I don't know.
You don't know?
It was fine, I think.
Was it exciting? I think it would be exciting to see a storm through those big windows overlooking the valley.
Oh, I had them all closed.
Oh.
I was scared.
Oh, yeah. Well, he does live alone, so that makes sense. Okay.
Did you have your teddy bear?
Teddy Ruxpin, get it right, Drew. It talks to me.
Your Teddy Ruxpin?
Yep.
Okay.
Do we expect more rain today?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Well, this morning, you know what we already got, but this afternoon, thunderstorms, heavy rainfall,
Today?
light winds, 50% chance.
Well, I have a tea time this afternoon. So if the rain could stay away from Antelope Hills Golf Course, I'd be happy.
You never know.
You know what? I will sacrifice golf for rain. Absolutely. I'm just trying to be funny.
And then tomorrow, we're going to have some more rain.
Tomorrow too.
Yeah.
Wow, this little
remember that they say tomorrow being tomorrow morning, really.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah,
but
through the night.
but we should have a high of 80, and then the lows are going to be in the mid 50s, and then we get warm again, and then there's no precipitation in the forecast for a while.
Right, which is what we usually have in June.
Yeah. Our timing's a little different.
That's
right
okay.
Now. But we take what we can get.
Exactly.
Right?
We're not going to complain. We're going to just enjoy it while it's here. Right, Maddie?
No, I'll complain.
He's just looking for something this morning.
I don't need something.
Yeah,
I'm good.
You got
plenty.
enough. Yeah. Well, you did go and support the member of our dream team, Barry Barb, who sang his little heart out at the summer concert series kickoff last night. How was it?
I don't understand why he doesn't sing for us.
I know. That's kind of why I didn't go last night. He doesn't
Barry
sing for
sings?
us. He sings. You've never been to Elgato when he's singing?
No,
Yeah.
I knew he had the band there, but I've never seen him sing.
Yeah,
I should say never heard him sing.
Yeah.
You got to go on Sundays then, Drew.
Right. You got to go on Sundays.
Well, there's your issue.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, so how was the concert series?
It was good.
Yeah. Did it rain?
Towards the end, it started sprinkling pretty good. But
did people panic
and
run?
Well, no. I think that was the reason why not a whole lot of people showed up is because they were afraid of wet weather.
Right.
Of melting.
Exactly.
Yeah, because normally, it's packed. You can't get a parking spot. You can't find a place to put your lawn chair. And it was, to be nice, quite lackluster attendance.
So. But the show was spectacular.
Attendance was spectacular.
Yeah.
It is the Goodwin Street Gang. They always kill it. They do a great job.
Nice.
You got to like that kind of music, jazz and all that.
Right, right. Well, good for you. Good for you to attend.
I tried to start a mosh pit. Didn't work. It was just me.
Barry put the kibosh on that, huh?
They're all dancing
Sit
around.
down, Matt.
All these retirees are dancing around. I try and shove them and push them, and they're like, nope.
Not
going to happen.
Well, good effort. Good effort.
Well, thanks.
Yeah,
I tried.
You're welcome. Hey, did you guys see that Sunny returned to the nest yesterday?
No, I didn't.
Yes, she did. I checked in on Gizmo because Gizmo's been alone since Monday when Sunny took off, and there was Sunny sitting there with Gizmo just like old times. So that's pretty impressive that she was able to get all the way back up to that nest, and she's there now, just hanging with her sister.
Hanging out.
Encouraging Gizmo to take the leap, but I think that's pretty cool.
Well, obviously, she just couldn't find, a better spot to be. So,
well, she knew how to get herself back up there, and that's pretty awesome. So the birds are there, and we'll continue to keep an eye on them. and report breaking news when we see it here on Leza Live.
Well, I mean, that means we need to do the show 24 hours a day now.
Well, it's not a bad idea.
Well, you're so exhausted from what, 2 hours yesterday?
Oh, my goodness, yes. It was just 1/3. I actually worked 2.5 hours yesterday.
Oh, geez.
Because I edited some new bumpers for our show, and I was so tired I had to go home, and I'll put them in today.
Good.
No, actually, I had to go home because I had to let Bubba out and Teddy Lee.
Whatever you got to tell yourself.
Yeah, whatever works.
Well, that works. That works for me. So I've got tickets to give away to see Brit Floyd June 8th, Prescott Toyota. It says Prescott Toyota Center. I think it's Finley Toyota
It's the
Center,
Finley
right?
Toyota
Yeah,
Center,
that's what it is. And if somebody wants to go see this show, give me a call right now, 928-541-1016, and we will hook you up with a pair. This is a really great Pink Floyd cover band. They come back every year. The show usually sells out. Going to be a ton of fun. And like I said, it's coming up on the 8th, which is what? The 5th is Thursday, 6th, Sunday. What a fun way to spend a Sunday afternoon.
Well,
Evening, 8 o'clock.
I'm just curious why you're not making them do something like answer questions or whatever. You're just like, yeah, just call in.
Well, because I don't have time. I only have an hour, and there's a lot to get to. What, you want to do like a Pink Floyd trivia?
Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
You know some Pink Floyd trivia. Maybe
Yeah.
Drew does. I mean,
Yeah.
that's his generation,
Why don't
too.
you look up some Pink Floyd trivia?
Oh.
Why are they called Pink Floyd? I mean, people could just make it up, and we
True.
believe it. Yeah, Drew's answering the phone, but he's not putting them through. So maybe he's not going to put them through. Let's see. We'll just sit here and wait. Anyway, I have 3 pairs of tickets to give away. So throughout this hour, when we tell you to call in 928-541-1016, and we'll hook you up. Toby Ebarb is on the line. He's our big winner this morning. Good morning, Toby.
Good morning.
Have you seen Brit Floyd before?
I have not. Obviously I've always liked Pink Floyd. But
Yes.
When I heard you tell to call in this morning, I'm driving into work, and I said I was trying to get my son and my daughter-in-law tickets.
Oh, fabulous.
So this worked out perfect.
Well, fantastic. We appreciate you listening and calling in. And I'm going to give you a call after the show and get your email address and all the good stuffs and tell you how to pick up your tickets.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Thank you guys very much.
Have a great day, Toby.
Yep, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, like I said, 2 more pairs to give away throughout the hour, so keep listening to win your way in.
So the band's name was inspired by the names of 2 blues musicians,
Okay.
Pink Anderson and Floyd Council.
Oh, there you go. I didn't know that. Did you know that, Drew? He's going to say yes, whether he did or not.
No.
Ah!
How about
That's not what I heard.
That's not what you heard. Okay, well, I don't want to hear what you heard.
what about their most successful album?
Dark Side of the Moon.
Yes.
Ha! Boom. Give me another.
What is the name of the film that featured the Pink Floyd track "Come In" number 51?
I don't know.
Yeah, I've never heard of this movie either. It's
okay.
called Zabriskie Point.
Oh, never heard of it. Okay, well, there you go. Now, if somebody's listening, that might be the trivia question coming up. Zabriskie Point.
Mm-hmm.
Write it down. Okay, keep listening. Gotta know. Taco Tuesday last night or whatever Wednesday tonight, Drew. We need to know.
We did Taco Tuesday last night.
And you went to?
We ended up going to Frank's Maya's.
Oh, very nice. What
Yeah.
did you have?
Chili Verde burrito and carnitas tacos.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sounds
and we
delicious.
had 10. We had a group of 10.
How fun.
Yeah, so we had the neighbors and another friend of ours that moved out to Prescott Valley.
Great.
Dan and Jennifer, their first time joining the Tuesday or wherever Wednesday group.
Right.
And it was a good time. We got there around 5:30, and it was quiet. In 15 minutes, the place was packed.
Oh, wow.
By 6 o'clock, there was like, okay, good thing. So
yeah, that is a
there
good
was a lot of
thing.
people out
A lot of
yesterday.
people really love to celebrate Taco Tuesday,
Yeah.
and that's a good thing.
Well, I think they were going to eat, and then they were going to the Goodwin Street Gang
Right.
to
Probably.
enjoy.
I bet you're
and
right.
Drew didn't go.
Well,
I didn't know about it.
don't call us out.
Well,
for
I'm
not
calling
going.
both of you out.
I mean, we were
'cause
both
now-
worried about the rain.
Now we got the calendar sitting here right in front of us
I
on
saw
the
that.
door.
Did you
so-
Oh, now you want us to read?
Did you put that up there?
No, I did not.
Oh, okay.
I don't know who did it, but
I like
somebody
that
did.
it's there. Yeah,
Yeah.
so we can keep track. Okay, well, good. I'm glad you had fun at Taco Tuesday last night. Today, I want to tell you guys that it's National Cheese Day. Who doesn't love cheese?
Everybody loves cheese.
I know one person that doesn't
know.
love cheese. Just one. What's your favorite cheese?
All of them?
All of them. You don't have one that stands out, huh?
Well, I mean, if I had to pick one for the rest of my life, I'd
Yeah.
go with like the extra sharp cheddar. That's
Okay.
some good stuff.
Yeah, fantastic. What about you, Drew?
Oh man,
I know.
That one's too hard for
It
an
is
Italian
hard.
guy.
I mean,
know,
Gouda and
For
Swiss.
me, it's either it's got to be provolone or it's going to be, pico romano.
Yeah.
Something because you can't have one cheese. It's impossible.
No, I would say if I had to have just one, it would be pepper jack.
Yeah.
I love the pepper jack.
I would probably say provolone.
Provolone. Provolone's so mild. I'm
Yeah,
not
but
that I'm
remember,
judging.
I only have one cheese. I got to cook with it.
You
I
gotta
do everything with it.
everything with it. Yeah.
So if I only have
okay.
one cheese, that's probably what I'm going to do.
All right, fantastic. They say that cheddar ranked as the most popular cheese in America, followed by American.
Good.
I'm not a big fan of American cheese. That's the kind that comes in the singles, right?
Yeah.
You don't buy
Yeah,
American
I'll
cheese in a block, do you?
No, you can.
You can?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
Are you sure? What do you say? I think it's
Why
just,
would you want a block of American cheese?
I don't. That soft. Yeah.
I
do you
mean,
buy
anything
singles?
that they put
No.
they
No.
put it in plastic
I know.
and squeeze it in.
Yeah.
No, no,
But
no.
that's Kraft singles or whatever name brand you want to say, and that's
Yeah.
not really technically cheese.
It's American cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah, American cheese is the soft stuff. I think. You know what's really good are those little round
Oh, Baby Bells.
baby bells. They have them in all different flavors now. Did you know that?
Yes.
Yes, I love those. They're easy to take with you and wrapped in wax, which is very nice. All right, celebrate cheese, but please celebrate responsibly. Thank you. It's National Safe Day, dedicated to promoting gun safety in the home by securing all firearms and educating yourself as well as your kids about gun safety. It's National Hug Your Cat Day. I don't have a cat.
Either do I.
No, Matt?
Too
Remember-
allergic.
Remember
Way too allergic.
Yeah, I bet. Remember CJ that worked here? He had a bunch of cats, and they were all named Steve. Every single cat he had, and I mean, I'm talking like 20 cats.
And
His
his nickname was
family.
Cat Stevens. I thought that's where you were going.
No, but it makes sense.
I'm sorry.
No, that makes perfect sense. I wish I'd said it.
Wow. He's got some issues.
Drew is on a roll this morning.
20 cats?
Well, it's
Yeah.
his family. His family has a lot of cats. Yeah, I know. I just can only imagine the cat hair, which I'm not a big fan of.
I'm still waiting for one of us to get pulled over by him.
I know.
I don't speed that much.
I
through
don't speed
PV,
at all.
So
Through PV. It doesn't make any sense because then you get stuck at every light. I've done it. You
Well,
race up, stop, race up, stop, race up, stop.
well, then you have to go even faster.
No, well, you could do that, but I don't know. I don't know if that would. It's not recommended. It's
You'll
global.
be able to do it on the bike.
Yeah. See, what, if you had the bike, Lisa.
I know. I'll just leave the bike.
We
to you
want her.
guys.
We want her here.
That's
Let-
right.
yeah.
Hey, Stanley Cup Final Game 1 tonight against the Edmonton Oilers and the defending champs Florida Panthers again. These were the two teams that faced off last year. Going to be quite a commute. The trip between Edmonton and Fort Lauderdale is 2,538 miles. That is the biggest distance of any Stanley Cup final. And it'll also be the most distance traveled for a championship final series of any of the big North American sports. Game 1 tonight.
That's
And
cool.
I'm cheering for Edmonton. Because I don't want Florida to become a dynasty. You know, I don't like it when the same team wins every year. But this is pretty impressive that these two teams are in the finals once again this year.
Or is it just there's not enough people playing hockey?
Maybe that's it. I don't know.
There's a lot of people.
There's a
playing hockey.
lot. I mean, hockey is very popular, especially in my house. And you all know why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know it's Arizona. We don't have ice.
So this is interesting. I never knew this. United Airlines is soon going to have you check in 45 minutes before it departs. I've always been told by somebody I live with that you have to be at the airport 2 hours before a domestic flight. 2 hours. Now I'm learning that it was only 30 minutes. And now it's 45 minutes.
Well, they're changing that due to the new TSA regulations. That's
know.
what the big thing was, to get your license. So now they don't have to go through that. They just scan you and go through.
Oh, okay. So
That's my
why.
understanding of what's going on.
But it used to be 30 minutes, and now it's 45 minutes.
Yeah, but that's before
But
TSA
I was told,
and all that. I mean,
do you guys understand what I'm saying, though? Somebody that I live with told me you have to be there 2 hours before.
well, things change.
I'm the kind of gal that likes to just show up and get on the plane. That's Leza.
I'm usually there 2 to 3 hours
Yeah.
before because I'm always the person that gets picked in line
Right.
to be, you know,
What, picked on?
yeah.
Cavity search.
I mean, all the time. All the time.
Really?
Every
Oh, I
single
just got
time when
dizzy.
I go into concerts, whatever.
You're the guy.
Always.
They take you in the special room.
They just don't like tall, giant
Good-looking men.
white guys. I guess. I don't
Tall,
know.
giant white guys.
I don't know. They're just like, yeah, you're a threat, sir.
Really?
You're over 6 foot. We're gonna have to pat
Yeah.
you down.
Okay. I usually get patted down, too.
I always get pulled in
Yeah,
because
who
of all the
cares?
metal in my leg.
Oh,
it just,
right.
It just. I just walk up to the guy. I said, "Just pull me over."
Right.
No,
Yeah.
you got to go through the thing. Then you got to go over there.
Right.
And since I travel, when I travel, I always travel in shorts.
Yeah.
So it's just like I just show them my leg. Oh, okay,
And they're
never
like,
mind. They
yeah,
let you through.
they get
But
it.
every time.
Yeah. Well, I usually get checked, too, because of my jewelry. My jewelry usually makes the machine go off. Gladly.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, we need to move forward because it's 20 after 9, and we have Kelly Tolbert coming in with her midweek weekend preview. And then we're going to have a 14-year-old business owner come in. His name is Johnny Vest. He owns Golden Soul Co., and he's going to tell us all about it. Coming up here on Leza Live. Stay with us. So let me tell you about taking care of your health. It should never be an afterthought. Don't wait until you got something wrong. Be sure you stay on top of that. And at Prescott Women's Clinic, that's exactly what you're going to do. You're going to stay on top of it. For over 4 decades, they've been the trusted choice for women's health care in our community, offering everything you need, ladies. Annual exams, pregnancy care, menopause support. You need it. They've got it. Their team is compassionate, knowledgeable, and they're ready to provide the care you deserve. Don't put off your health. Schedule your appointment today with Prescott Women's Clinic. Their number is 928-778-4300, or you can visit them online at PrescottWomen'sClinic.com. Welcome back to Leza Live on the News, 103.5 FM, KYCA on a Wednesday. And that means it's time for Kelly Tolbert's midweek weekend preview. Good morning.
Good morning, everybody.
Did you see Sunny came back?
I did.
Yes. Very
Is
exciting.
there a song?
Sunny
Came Home?
Yesterday I played Fly Away for Lenny Kravitz, Fly Away Tuesday. Yeah, yesterday.
It is
Those
Wednesday,
2
right?
hours are really starting to just weigh on you, aren't they?
Oh, well, I played Fly Away for Sonny, but then Sonny came back. I don't know. Is there a song?
Sonny came home.
Dun, 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 dun.
I feel like it's one
Dun,
of the
dun, dun,
Lilith
dun,
Fair
dun, dun, dun.
artists.
What's the song, Drew? When
When Johnny comes marching
No.
home.
This
Nope.
is a rock ballad.
Wow,
Dun,
and Drew
dun, dun,
singing.
dun. Anyway, I'll think of
Wow.
it. It'll come to me. It'll come to me. I promise. And I'm going to play it today.
I can't wait to hear it.
I bet. Well, I can't wait to hear what's going on. Give us the deets.
We have got a lot of fun things happening this weekend, starting tomorrow at the Findlay Toyota Center. They are hosting Arizona Sunshine, SONSHINE, which is the free health care clinic. They're offering all kinds of services, so dental, eye exams, glasses, hearing exams, mental health options, diabetes education, school physicals.
And it's free.
It's all free.
Yeah, it is free. And the only thing you have to do is get in line and wait.
And it starts at 7, so I'm guessing it's like a Taylor Swift concert
Right.
pre-sale. You got to get there really early.
I'm thinking so. Absolutely.
And it goes until 1 o'clock, and that's Thursday and Friday.
Yes, this is a really cool thing. We haven't had them on our show this year, but we had them on last year. And the things that they offer, if you haven't been able to get to your dentist, show up to this, and they will take care of you right there on the spot.
Which is so fantastic.
yeah,
Because
and-
we are in need of this in our
Absolutely.
community. Yep.
Absolutely. Okay. I'm
So-
glad you brought that up. Thank
Yay,
you.
yes. And then you can celebrate by heading down to the Courthouse Plaza for the Downtown Summer Concert Series because we have the Cheek Tones.
Very nice. That's going to be a lot of fun.
They are so fun. And they start, I usually guess around 6-ish is a good time to get down there and get set up. And
Okay.
you'll want to get there early because they are a local favorite.
Yes.
So get your chair and all your goodies and your friends and head down.
Fun.
And then Friday at the Elks Theater, I am guessing that this is kind of the kickoff to their tribute band series because I'm seeing a lot of that. And it's the
Yes.
Chicago Experience, which who doesn't love Chicago?
Right.
And that starts at 7 on Friday. And I did check, there are tickets still available.
Thank you.
But they do go fast.
Okay.
And then up in the Crystal Hall on the 3rd floor on Friday is our local duo, Natalie Price and Drew Hall.
Yes, and they're going to be on the show tomorrow.
Excellent.
Yes, and Natalie actually isn't from here. I think she's from
Austin.
Austin.
That sounds
yes,
right.
and they were on last year, and such talented musicians.
Yes,
they're
are
going to be on the show tomorrow, and then you can catch them Friday in the Crystal Hall at the Elks Theater.
exciting.
Super
I
fun.
can't wait to hear them on your show.
Thank you.
Yeah, and then Saturday kicks off Territorial Days. Can you believe it?
No.
We're already at Territorial Days.
No, I can't.
2-day art fest on the Courthouse Plaza. It starts at 9 o'clock Saturday and Sunday.
Okay.
And there's a lot of handmade items. I have found some really great things over the years at this show.
Oh, yes.
So it's good to get out and support those artists and just have a fun time down on our beautiful plaza.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And then Saturday evening at the Elks is a tribute to Phil Collins, which is called Don't Lose My Number.
Okay.
So you'll have that song stuck in your head
yeah,
all day, maybe.
Right? I didn't know he sang that song.
Yeah.
Steely Dan.
Oh.
Original.
Mickey, don't lose that
That
number. That
You
one?
don't wanna
No,
call
nobody else.
Yep, that one.
Send it off in a letter to
To yourself.
yourself.
I wonder why they're calling it that. I'm curious now. I do like Steely Dan.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay,
And
tribute to Phil-
Leza. I'm a fan of Lisa's
Well, thank
renditions.
you. Every once in a while, I can
Yeah,
pull it out of my
bust
ear.
Bust it out.
Okay, and then
then
on Sunday, lots going on.
Sunday, our little local
Mm-hmm.
Greater Arizona Country Music Association is having their monthly dance. It's live country music and line dancing, and it's at the Moose Lodge. It starts at noon. There's a small admission fee, but you can purchase refreshments and things and support the Greater Arizona Country Music Association.
fun.
Yeah, something a little different.
Tons of fun.
And then Tuesday, I want because I'm not back till Wednesday, so I did want to say we have jazz on as a part of the downtown concert series. It's called Mood Swing,
Oh, fun.
and so that's again at 6, and it's always dependent on weather. So
Sure.
do check social medias and places like that.
Right,
for
before you head
updates.
down.
But yeah,
Well, and I mentioned to you guys that the big show coming up Sunday at Findlay Toyota Center, Britt Floyd, which is a Pink Floyd tribute band. They are going to be in concert, and I have 2 tickets to give away right now. 928-541-1016 is the number. And I hear this is a great show. They come back every year. And I hear that they are very, very much like the original Pink Floyd.
I hear the same.
Yeah.
What a hot item you've got
Yeah,
your hands
I
on
know,
there.
right here in my hot little hand. So give us a call during the break, 928-541-1016, and we'll hook you up. You want to, is the cabbie thing a private thing?
Yeah.
Okay. You don't want me to
She
mention
would
that on the radio. Okay, very good.
But thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you for coming in this morning.
You're so welcome.
Yes,
It's
stay
the
dry.
highlight of my week.
Oh, it's ours too, Kelly.
Yay.
You and the eaglets.
Yeah,
Yes,
Sunny.
you're right up there, right, Matt? She's right up there with the eaglets.
She surpasses the Eaglets.
I
I mean, she's here every week. They're only here until they leave the nest.
That's a
They
good point.
are.
I
Thank
mean,
you.
What do we call that? Fair
Kelly-
weather friends?
Fair weather friends.
I like it, but yeah, no. Kelly is like committed.
She is.
and they're always coming and going.
Yeah, Kelly's been here since the start.
Right.
So thank you, Kelly.
Amazing. Thank you.
Okay, well, we're going to take a quick break and come back and chat with Johnny Vest. I wonder if that's his real name because he's a vintage clothing. What do you want to say? Entrepreneur. He
That's
sells
what I was-
vintage clothing.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk to Johnny about his business and how he got started and where you can see his collection coming up here on Leza Live. Stay with us. Of course, I want to tell you about my whole home water filtration system. I've been talking about it ever since I got it. And I have to tell you, it makes me feel a little spoiled. I'm just saying. From drinking to cooking to bathing, every faucet in my home is provided with safe and cleaner water. I'm asking myself, why didn't I do this 20 years ago? I mean, really, it's making that much of a difference. I can't explain it. It just tastes so good and it feels so good as well when you're bathing. And it's free or reduced of pesticides, herbicides, arsenic, radium, uranium, and a lot of other toxic chemicals that are in your drinking water every day. Bacteria, you don't want to be drinking that stuff. And this whole home water filtration system does not remove the essential minerals your body needs. So you want to drink more. I feel like I'm drinking almost twice as much as I was from water out of my faucet. It's amazing. You can get it yourself. Just go to H2O Health Water and Health Solutions. They're up at the Pine Ridge Marketplace. Their number's 928-899-7504. You can call and schedule a free consultation. So you can just go up there for your consultation, or you can just stop in. Check out the store. They've got so many wellness items that you may not know that you need. So again, that's H2O Health, Water, and Health Solutions in the Pine Ridge Marketplace. The number 928-899-7504. Don't forget to tell them Leza sent you. Welcome back to Leza Live on the News, 103.5 FM KYCA. Joining us in studio, we have Johnny Vest from Golden Soul Co. How are you, Johnny?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing great. I love your name. Is that your real name?
It is my real name.
It really
That's on my birth
is.
certificate. Yeah.
That's amazing because you're into vintage clothing. So I just thought, well, maybe it's just a name that he made for himself, but that's pretty cool.
Yep, my parents set me up pretty
They
good with that.
certainly did. They certainly did. You are 14 years old.
Yep.
You go to school here in the area?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mile High.
Mile High Middle School. Very cool. And you own your own business called Golden Soul Co. And it's a vintage clothing and collectibles company.
Yep.
So how did you get interested in vintage clothing?
Well, kind of a long story. I'll
Yeah,
shorten it. But
okay.
I used to collect and resell sports cards, and just I started that when I was like 7 years old, and I was super fun, and I made some money and had some fun with that. But when I started finding vintage clothing, I've always thrifted with my mom and stuff for my
Okay.
school clothes, and
Yeah.
so I kind of just started buying stuff for myself, and I realized I can make money with it, and I collect a lot of it also, so I just started keeping that, and
Yeah.
that's kind of how I started.
So you shop at the thrift stores and you pick out pieces that you think you can sell. And then where do you sell them?
So I have a Depop is the app that it's called. It's
Okay.
you can download it, you can sign up, and that's Golden Soul Co on Depop, and that's really where I sell. If I find anything super high end, I'll go on eBay, and then on social media I sell sometimes also, like Instagram and YouTube.
Very cool. How do you know what's good? I mean, how do you know? You're 14 years old and it's vintage. I mean, do you do research or do you just like what you like?
I like what I like, but
Yeah.
it was also hours and hours of research for sure. I mean,
Yeah.
you got to learn. There's lots of particular little things that make a shirt vintage or not, and
Yeah.
so it's nerdy, but once you find out, there's a big difference between a new shirt and an old shirt.
Tell me, what is the big difference?
It's kind of weird. There can be stitching differences, like on the sleeves. There can be differences in the tag, and a lot of the old stuff is made in the USA also. So
Right.
that's kind of how I tell, and it is hard. You just got to have that eye when you're out at the thrift stores
Yeah.
or flea markets or whatever like that.
Sounds like such a fun thing to do. I would assume that the vintage stuff is probably better quality too, because now we have like fast fashion where people wear it for a season and throw it away.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's my personal opinion.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Very cool. So, do you remember what your first sale was?
I do.
Yeah.
So it was a Harley Davidson shirt, and I had thrifted it, and it was way too big for me. I bought it to keep for myself, but it was like a 4XL, I think. So I put it up, and it sold in a couple minutes because I put it up for too cheap, and I was like, maybe this is something I should start doing. So I
So
did.
that's how it all got started.
Yep.
How much did you sell it for? And how much did you buy it for?
I think I bought it for $3 and I sold it for like 20. It wasn't a big sale at all, but
Still,
it showed me that I can make money on
you
it.
can make money and quite a
Exactly.
big profit. So you think that you probably should have put it up for 30.
Yeah,
Yeah.
30, 35.
And those are things you learn along the way, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Very cool. I love it. So do you thrift just here in the area or do you do it elsewhere as well?
I mean, if I am elsewhere, I'll thrift, you know.
Yeah.
It's kind of an addiction at this point with me
Sure.
and my mom and my dad both love to do it. So
Yeah.
if we're on vacation, we'll do it. But most of my inventory is sourced from here. So all the Goodwill is here in Prescott, the local thrift stores, and then we do like garage sales, estate sales, flea market, stuff like that. So about every day we're sourcing here in Prescott.
Right. That is such a cool thing that you're doing. I love it. And you know, people are so into repurposing and recycling and reusing things from the past, and it's great that you have made this kind of your business.
Exactly.
I mean, you've been doing this for 3 years now.
Yep.
Yeah, and you love it, you say.
I love it. It's my favorite thing to do. I mean, I can't wait to get out to the thrift stores, especially in summertime. I mean, school, it's kind of hard too, so you got to go after school. But
Yeah. How do you
this is-
balance the two?
I try and get my work done, you know,
Yeah.
and get home and work, and I make it fun too. It's a job, but it's not a job, you know.
It kind of sounds like a hobby too.
Exactly.
I mean, if your job is fun, that's the way to go, right?
Exactly.
Matt. Matt loves his jobs.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, I was just wondering if like you have like a hookup at like Salvation Army and Goodwill, and you're like, oh yeah, I know so and so. They got in some good stuff. They're gonna hold it back for you.
Well, I mean, yeah, but I can't say who it is
Right,
now.
right.
Yeah, see,
I have
knew
some
it.
people in Prescott, you know. Once you're in it for a while, they start recognizing
Sure.
you. You show up to a thrift store every single day, they're gonna know you, you know. So
Yeah.
they'll be like, "What are you interested in?" And sometimes I like to do that, you know. You got to work your connections sometimes.
That's exactly right. I mean, they say it's all about who you know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why I'm here.
That's why Matt's here, because
Yeah.
it's who I know. Do you handle everything yourself? Do you do all of it? No, you have
I would
help.
love to say I do, but
Yeah.
I think my dad's listening right now, so
Yeah.
no.
Hi, Dad.
A big shout out to him. My dad, Tim Vest, he's also a realtor. Both my parents are, but no, he does a lot of our shipping, so he packs a lot of our orders. And if I'm with my mom or I'm at school, he'll ship our orders a lot, and it's a team effort. I mean, our house just smells like vintage clothes, and we have a whole outdoor room that's just full. So I got to give it to both of them, both my parents for sure.
How fun. This sounds like a really fun thing to do as a family.
Yeah, exactly.
What's the coolest thing you ever found, and did you sell it or did you keep it?
Man, there's a lot. I would say, selling wise, I found a pair of. I do a lot of just random stuff. It's clothing, so
Yeah,
it's sometimes
it's
t-shirts,
fun.
it's sometimes shoes.
Yeah.
But I found a pair of 1970s cowboy boots. They were Justin brand, and they were made out of sea turtle, and you can't make them out of sea turtle anymore.
Right.
And
They're
those were
endangered.
only, I think, $10 or $13, and that was one of my best profits over on eBay. So
Yeah.
that was one of my favorite pieces, because I think I wore them a couple times and they weren't holding up too well, so I ended up selling them, and they're super collectible. So probably that, but I
Oh.
found a bunch of other stuff.
That is so cool. How did you know it was sea turtle?
Well, I buy a lot of cowboy boots because cowboy boots sell for me.
Sure.
But I think it was me and my dad, and he was like, these look like some sort of cool skin, and so we bought them, and we went home and did research and hit the jackpot. So
That is
yeah.
so awesome. We're talking with Johnny Vest from Golden Sew Co., and he sells vintage clothing and collectibles online at Depop.
Yep.
Okay, more with Johnny coming up here on Leza Live. Stay with us. All right, just look outside. You know, the weather's so unpredictable here in our area. It's good to have an air conditioning and heating guy, and I highly recommend AC Medic Heating and Air, your trusted first responder for comfort. Whatever you need, repairs, maintenance, a whole new system, they are the guys to call. They're locally owned and operated right here in Prescott, and they show up, they take care of what you need the first time. I highly recommend them. And listen to this, they're so generous. They offer seniors, veterans, and first responders 10 and sometimes even 20% off all repairs. Don't wait until you're sweating or shivering. Call AC Medic Heating and Air, your trusted first responder for comfort. The number 928-848-6224. Again, 928-848-6224. Talking about vintage, there's Elvis right there. It's Leza live on the news, 103.5 FM KYCA. My guest this morning, Johnny Vest, the owner of Golden Soul Co. How did you pick that name for your company?
Oh, well, I started with that account. I started reselling like sneakers and stuff, so kind of the soul in it.
Right.
And then I transitioned to vintage, and I didn't know it was gonna kind of blow up, and so I just kind of kept it. I thought, golden soul. Maybe it's
Yes.
like your soul inside. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just kind of a lot of different meanings to it, and also my middle name is Golden. So,
You're kidding.
yep.
Johnny Golden Vest.
Yeah,
You're going to be a star.
they set me up pretty good.
That name, I tell ya. Right? I mean,
You
coming
better
right.
watch out. He's gunning for you.
I know, right? That is
He's
a
alive.
great name.
You got a competitor.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
So
What-
I got
that's
a
cool.
listener question
Okay.
from a listener of the show, Mr. Santis.
Yes.
He says my leather motorcycle jacket is from 1996. Does that count as vintage?
Yes.
And then he said my boots are from '89 that he still wears.
It sure does. That counts as vintage. So
Yeah.
when we look at stuff and we try and like age it or date it, vintage is 20 years or older. So
Okay.
2005 right now is vintage, which is crazy.
That is
I don't
crazy.
I don't count that as vintage in my head, but if I'm selling something, I can say that's vintage.
Yeah.
And then I think antique is 40 years, and there's a bunch of other terms. But yeah, those would be vintage.
Wow.
Wow, I officially feel very old.
I know,
'Cause,
right?
yeah, I was
Sorry.
graduating college, by then.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Well, I'm thinking you could probably go through my closet and find some really good vintage things. All of us, actually.
Well, there you go. See,
I know,
That's
I know,
the
right?
next
That's what I'm
step,
trying to do.
Johnny.
That's
yeah,
what he's trying
show
to
up
do.
and go through
Exactly.
people's closets. And
if anybody
yeah.
listening has some vintage stuff they want to unload, I bet Johnny would take it.
Yep, I do that
Yeah.
all the time. I hand out flyers around town that say, "We'll come clean out your closet" and stuff. So
What a great idea. How do they get a hold of you if they're interested in
I
that?
have my number, my email, and my social media on the flyers. But yeah, you can text me or you can follow my social media. It's Golden Soul Co. on Instagram. And yeah,
Perfect. Okay.
for sure.
Fantastic. So you were telling me during the break that your dad had a vintage store in the 90s.
He did. Yeah.
Yeah.
He moved to Hawaii in the 90s, I think 96, 97. And he opened up a vintage store out there back when vintage was older than now even. So
Sure.
he was selling it before it was even like a big old trend, And
Yeah.
so I didn't even really get that in my head when I first started doing that. And then we found pictures and stuff of that old store, and it was just kind of crazy. It must be in our blood to do
Yeah,
that. My
that's
mom's
great.
always been into vintage stuff too. She's always taken me thrifting and like that kind of style. So it's just in my family, I guess.
I love it. I love it. So fun that you get to do it all together. So do you prefer the clothing over the antiques?
Personally, yes, but
Yeah.
I respect the antiques.
Sure.
I think it's cool, and there's a lot more stores like that in Prescott. So if
Yeah.
you're walking around downtown, it's fun to look at that stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Tell me about your own style. Do you pick out things that you like as well, and is it hard to give them up, or do you wear them until you sell them? Because I would.
Sometimes, I'll even wear stuff that is listed. Sometimes you got to make sure you don't damage it. Like even the hat I'm wearing right now, this is listed right now on my Depop and stuff. And I do keep a lot of stuff. I just don't ever list it.
Right.
I collect old music shirts, so band concert shirts and stuff like that. I collect that stuff. So a lot of mine aren't for sale, but
Yeah.
eventually if I grow out of them or if they don't fit me, I'll sell them sometimes.
Yeah, that's awesome. Have you noticed any vintage trends that are coming back lately?
I have, yeah.
Yeah.
It's some weird stuff. You guys will probably be shocked.
Yeah. Please don't tell me leg warmers.
No, not leg warmers. It's obviously the baggier pants is like what's in right now. It's crazy, just baggier and baggier. Like if you don't have baggier pants than your friend, then
Yeah.
you're not cool enough. You got to get baggier pants.
How do you hold them up with a tight belt? Huh?
You gotta hold them up with a tight belt, or
Yeah.
some people don't even
Well,
care about a tight belt.
But that's been the trend for a long time. Those pants hanging below
Exactly.
the buns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But and then also like vintage Harley Davidson shirts and like workwear, so like Carhartt and Dickies jackets. There's really weird stuff that's selling really quick for me. If I list a Harley shirt right now, lately it's just been selling for me if it's a really vintage one. So,
Right.
yeah.
That's awesome. Tell me, what's the hardest thing about running your own business?
Probably the consistency, trying to get stuff up every single day. A lot of times I wake up, and especially when it's summertime, I just want to sleep in and
Right.
go hang out with my friends or
Like
whatever.
the rest of
and-
us.
Exactly. Yeah. So sometimes I don't want to get up. I don't want to list, but I got to realize that it's consistency is what matters. So
Mhm.
the more I put stuff up, that's the more
Right.
income I make and
Yeah.
the more connections and stuff. So I just got to
And
keep doing that.
What does that process look like? I mean, I'm assuming you take a picture, you gotta write a description, maybe do a little research on the item.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I try and do my research before I buy or before I list my items. But yeah, I take the picture and then I AI generate a background on it, so I can basically shoot anywhere. Like I could take a picture right here, and I can AI generate this concrete background on there with a app I have, and then I list them on Depop and eBay, and just wait for them to sell. So that's the process. I try and do a couple items at a time and try and at least get 6 to 12 pieces up a day.
Yeah. Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, that's cool. Have you ever had a mistake that taught you a lesson?
Yes.
Yes.
Selling items too cheap that I didn't know
Oh,
about, that
sure.
I wasn't knowledgeable about, like what I was telling you.
Mm-hmm.
I've made that mistake many, many times. So don't rush to get stuff listed, you know.
Yeah.
If you have to list an item a day later just because you need to do some more research on it, do that. Because a lot of people are doing what I'm doing. They're trying to buy stuff from other people to make money, you know.
Uh-huh.
So a lot of people will see something and jump on that opportunity, and
So you
you got to
make
learn your
sure.
lessons. Yeah, exactly.
How do you price it? How do you know how much something's worth?
I personally, a lot of this stuff it's not one of one, but not a lot of other people have it.
Mm-hmm.
And so sometimes like the comps are different, you know. It's someone could be selling one for 100 and someone could be selling one for 50. So a lot of times you got to wing it and just be like, this is what I think it's going to sell for. And a lot of times there's exact sales on an item if it's really more expensive and stuff. So sometimes I'll base it off that.
Mm-hmm. This is really cool. I love it. I love this. Now, if people want to see your stuff, we have an opportunity coming up, the Vintage Clothing Market, and that's going to be next Saturday on the 14th. We'll talk about that and all the details with Johnny Vest coming up here on Leza Live. Welcome back to Leza Live on the News, 103.5 FM KYCA, chatting with Johnny Golden Vest, the owner of Golden So Co., which is a vintage clothing and antique online business that Johnny and his parents started 3 years ago, going strong. During the break, I asked if you ever sold anything and regretted it, and you said yes.
Sadly.
Yeah, sadly. Yes. And then Matt divulged that he has lots of vintage concert T-shirts, and Johnny's like, "Ooh,
Yeah, it's just because I'm old.
Got me excited.
And I went to those shows. Yeah.
yeah." Well, when you're done with them, you know who to
Yeah,
call.
I'd give him a
This
call.
guy.
Right.
Exactly.
Right, that guy right there. Well, everybody can check out Johnny and his mom. Also, will be at this vintage clothing market coming up on Saturday, June 14th. Tell us about this. Is this the first time this is taking place?
It is, yeah.
Okay.
I've vended at other places before, but now I'm hosting my own vintage clothing market. I thought there's not a lot of places that do it in Prescott.
Yeah.
There's other resellers, but no one has a storefront or anything like that. So
Mhm.
I thought this would be super cool to put everyone's inventory out to the public, and yeah, I'm super
Perfect.
excited.
Yeah, so it's coming up on the 14th, and it's going to be at the on Goodwin Street, across from the Park Plaza.
Yep. So 409 West Goodwin Street. It's Issa Dinerman. She's a good friend of my
Yes.
mom. She does aesthetics and facials and stuff like that at a little building over there, and there's a big old parking lot. And so
Right.
we're doing it over at her space. So thank you to her. But yeah, that's where it's going to be, right across from
Perfect.
Park Plaza.
In the parking lot.
Yep, right in the parking lot. You'll see it.
Fantastic.
Bunch of clothing racks
Yes,
and stuff. Yeah.
yes. And how many vendors will be there?
4, including myself.
Oh, very
So,
good.
yeah.
And who are they?
So 10 Toes Down on Instagram and other platforms, Vintage Threads on also social media, my mom, Hey Ladies Vintage, and then me, Golden Soulco, are all the people going to be there.
Fantastic. So what can people expect? What kind of things will you have out there?
Oh my gosh, a lot of things. There's going to be, as I said, 10 Toes Down. He does sneakers, shoes, and stuff like that. So lots of Jordans, Nikes, stuff like that. And then Vintage Threads does what I do, sells vintage clothes. My mom is going to have women's vintage. So if your kid's begging you to come take you to something and you're a mom, you can go look at my mom's stuff while your teenager's looking at our stuff. And then me, same stuff as I've been talking about,
Right.
vintage shirts, pants, shoes, everything like that. Yeah.
Right. You going to take your whole collection?
I don't know if I can.
Yeah,
We
that's a
got
lot, huh?
About 1,200 pieces I got to take. So
That's
we'll
a
probably
lot.
have 500 pieces plus
Sure.
at least there. Yeah, for
Are you
sure.
going to have the baggy jeans?
Oh, you know it.
Yeah,
All the
what-
baggy jeans.
What's the biggest size baggy
Oh,
jean you have?
jeez. I think I have a 50,
A
which is pretty
50.
crazy.
Have
I
you
don't know
ever
if
worn?
anyone.
Have you ever put them on?
I've tried to put them on. I can fit one leg in them.
I bet that's big. Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
crazy.
Somebody out there's going to buy
Somebody
them.
wants them.
That's right. Very cool. The time. What hours will you be out there?
I'm going to be out there from 9 to 5, and if people are staying at 5, then we're obviously not going to kick you guys out.
Right.
So, yeah, 9 to 5.
Very fun. This is great. I love this. Again, it's on the 14th, so not this Saturday, next Saturday, 409 West Goodwin Street. Come on out and meet Johnny Vest. Get an autograph from Johnny.
Yeah, maybe.
and check out his collection of vintage clothes and the other vendors. Going to be a ton of fun. It's been such a delight to meet you. Now
Thank you
go
very
to
much.
Mile High Middle School. What do you want to? What's the big dream of the future? If you could
Man.
do anything.
I would love to open a store.
Yeah.
Maybe it's in Prescott, maybe it's not, but
Yeah.
that's always that's going to be my goal.
Right.
Hopefully in my high school years, or if I'm moving away from here, that's all I want. I want people to be able to look at my stuff and enjoy it. And so that's another reason I'm doing this market, is because it's the closest I can get to that so far. But
Right.
I'm working for that. So the goal would be to have a store here. Yeah.
I think this is the perfect place to have a vintage clothing business, because people are really into that, donating their clothing
Exactly.
and repurposing and recycling.
It's very oversaturated in other places too. And
Yeah.
Like you go to Phoenix and there's 200 vintage stores in
Yeah.
each city. It's crazy. It's a very trendy thing right now. So a lot of people are opening them up.
Right.
But Prescott doesn't have anything like
Yeah.
that. So I'd
Well,
love to.
Good for you. That's
Thank you.
exciting. Let everybody know how to get a hold of you and check out your socials, everything like that.
Yeah. Instagram and YouTube, mainly Instagram. That's where I'll respond to any messages or whatever, is Golden Soul Co. And then Depop and eBay is where I sell. So that's going to be Golden Soul Co. also. It's all the same. Golden, SOLE, and Co. Yeah.
Okay. And if somebody wants to maybe get rid of some of their stuff, can they email you? Is that a safe way to do it?
Yeah, I can, Golden Soul Co. LLC at gmail.com, or if you have social media, you can go reach me there. I would love to. We come to people's houses. We don't care. We'll come to a warehouse. me and my dad, we put our gloves on and we
Yeah.
go out and we dig through stuff. So if you guys have anything you're willing to get rid of, we pay good money too. We don't like to rip people off. So yeah.
Well, this is a great business. You are just you're dynamic, and it was really nice to meet you this morning.
Thank you very much.
And I
You
wish you
too.
the best of luck.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Johnny Golden Vest. I'll never forget that name. All right. You guys have a great day. I'll see you on 99.1 at noon. Thanks for listening.